Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Boxing 5's Night of the Champions here at the Unisa Conference Center in the City of Gold, Johannesburg. You joined with me, Hayden Jones, and the stellar cast along with me. And we're going to see an international feast tonight when it comes to boxing. It's South Africa versus a whole bunch of international contestants. Can't wait for this to get on. Can't wait to see all of our major fighters get it on in this ring tonight. And obviously the main event of the evening featuring Heki, the Hexecutioner Butler, the featured bout. We're looking forward to that. And this would not all be possible if not for one man, the promoter of Boxing 5. Let's hear from him, Larry Weinstein. Hi Larry, what can we expect today? What is the aim of this tournament?
And hopefully we're going to have 5 fights of action, and the aim is to give our top fighters ring time and to really expose them to the South African people at home here. And I mean, our 2 ladies haven't fought for a year. So I think it's time that they start getting into action and start moving into the ratings. So it's really about giving the boxers the opportunities and to showcase them to the boxing public.
How many nations will be represented today in the international contests?
In the international contest, you've got Thailand, you've got Zimbabwe, and we have 3 from Thailand, 1 from Zimbabwe.
What's your message to all the viewers out there that will be tuning into this one?
I think sit back, enjoy it, and thanks to Boxing 5, it's really going to be good. And be remiss of me not to say we also have 2 South African boys, the up-and-coming youngsters fighting on the bill. So there's them as well. So it's not just international. We're also giving up-and-coming boxers opportunity to fight on the big stage, to be seen on television. 6-rounder.
This is the Night of the Champions as well, so we're seeing all the big names as you mentioned earlier. What was the thought process between putting all these big fighters on?
And if you look at me, I used to look 20 years younger. It's a very difficult process, it really is. Because bringing people, getting visas, getting this, doing that, and dealing with agents and not being able to do it yourself, it's not easy. But you know what, we've got a good team, and we pulled through as best we can. And we want people to just enjoy it and not worry about what goes on in the background, just enjoy what we're giving them here as a performance.
Massive time also to be on a massive broadcaster as well. What's your feelings on that?
Well, for us it was our aim always to start with the development and then try to get airtime on the big platforms, because obviously the big corporates like to be seen on TV and you're able to get sponsorship with that, but you still got to put on the fights to show them what you're delivering and not just put on any show. So for us it was a milestone that we look to get to, and in using our partners with streaming and they doing the production tonight. So it helps the other big names without having to pull in their trucks. So we want to prove to them that we can do it.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Thank you, Hayden.
And of course we got the crowd coming out tonight. It's very early in the evening, but you know what I'm saying, you're looking around, you're seeing all familiar faces. The real boxing people have come into the arena tonight to watch an international contest featuring some of South Africa's top professional boxers. And of course, we have more parties than just Larry Weinstein that's part of Boxing 5, and let's hear from Colin Nathan. So, Colin Nathan, what's your role in relationship within the Boxing 5 promotions?
So I handle all the boxing affairs for Boxing 5. So I put all the fights events together, obviously work the ratings for the fights as I represent them from a management perspective in conjunction with their trainers and managers. And basically I'm just the boxing guy behind Boxing 5. So we each have our roles. It's great for me. It's a great partnership. It's a new partnership. Very excited about it. And it's just great to be working with young-minded guys in Larry and Riaz.
And obviously you have a lot of boxers here this evening that you're representing, that you'll be in the corner for. What's the feeling about it tonight?
Look, it's an amazing event tonight. I mean, you know, we've got world-class fighters in Smash Kadebe and Siko Nokotoli, head of hormones. DJ Kroll was supposed to fight. Unfortunately, his fight's been pushed. We've got Heki Butler, I mean, one of the greatest fighters in South African boxing history, fighting tonight. Mandatory for the #1 position for Ken Shuri. He has to win tonight. So just going back to your question, we just got world-class athletes. It's just great to be part of bringing boxing back to the fans, you know, and really giving something to the fans that they really, really deserve. The boxing fans have been craving for something like this tonight, and we're going to deliver and just perform with really, really, really good hot action tonight.
And the bill is called Night of the Champions, but you also have a future champion in the form of Hayden on the undercard.
Yeah, very excited about Hayden, 22 years old, 6-0, 5 knockouts. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He looks like a choir boy, but he fights like a beast. Unbeaten as an amateur as well. 2-time SA amateur champ, 23-0 as an amateur. So I'm expecting big things. I think he's going to be one of the faces for Boxing 5. In fact, he is going to be one of the young faces for Boxing 5. But I think he's going to be one of the future stars for not just South Africa, but African boxing.
Thank you very much. That's the thoughts of trainer, manager, just doing it all. No doubt management. Thank you very much, Colin Nathan.
Thank you.
And there we have it. A great interview there from Colin Nathan. And of course, we have the 3 nations represented in today's contest. We have Zimbabwe, we have Thailand, and of course, our very own country, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the anthems. All right, well, there we have it. Let's take a look at the upcoming fights for the evening. Of course, starting with bout number 1 of the evening, Hayden versus Sandile Dumisa. And we'll see that there as the graphics comes up in the second bout of the evening. Hedda Volmerans taking on Mona Lisa Simon from Zimbabwe, followed by Simangile Smash Hedebe taking on her opponent from Thailand, Panaluk Kongsang. Also another mouth-watering contest. And then the co-main event of the evening, Siko Otole taking on Bunarang Panyam. Another great contest. And of course, the main event of the evening, Heki the Hexecutioner Butler fights again in South Africa ahead of his big contest. All right, and without further ado, let's head over to our commentators on the evening.
Thanks very much, Hayden, and yes, we welcome you to the Night of the Champions.